Welcome to PharmatechOncology.com's Introduction to Clinical Trials. During this video, I will tell you about Pharmatech Oncology and its novel approach to clinical trials. Additionally, I will describe what clinical trials are and why they are so important. Pharmatech Oncology is a clinical research organization, or CRO, dedicated to the highest quality of clinical research in oncology. Our excellence is founded on exceeding expectations for service, patient enrollment, and data integrity. Pharmatech works with pharmaceutical companies, doctors, and patients to manage their clinical trials. We do this in three ways. First, we maintain a network of the highest caliber research-oriented doctors. We visit our network members to ensure that each patient will be treated with the best care possible by a trained research staff. Next, we provide doctors with study opportunities to offer to their patients, increasing the treatment options at any given clinic. Finally, we match patients with local doctors so that they can be assured of receiving the highest quality of care. When a patient contacts us, either by calling or registering on our website, pharmatechoncology.com, we will find a doctor's office, university, or research facility near to the patient's home where he or she can receive cutting-edge treatment. Now more about what a clinical trial is. Clinical trials are studies in which people volunteer to test new drugs or procedures. They take place at selected study sites, which range from small community-based oncology practices, hospitals, large academic centers, and specialty research centers. There are different phases of trials, which I will describe in a moment, that help determine if a new treatment is safe and effective. Through clinical trials, the medical community has discovered valuable and life-saving treatment options for patients with serious diseases, including cancer. There are several phases of clinical trials which allow researchers to ask and answer questions in a way that results in reliable information about the drug while at the same time protecting the health and welfare of the patient. Phase 1 studies are the first time a drug is given to humans. Phase 1 trials are extremely important and evaluate how a new drug should be given, for example, by the mouth, injected into the blood, or injected into a muscle, how often, and what dose is safe. A Phase 1 trial usually enrolls only a small number of patients, sometimes as few as a dozen. These studies are not designed to find out if the new treatment works against cancer, although Phase 1 studies have helped some patients. Phase 2 studies are conducted to determine whether the new treatment has an anti-cancer effect. For example, does the treatment shrink tumors? What types of tumors does it shrink? A Phase 2 trial continues to test the safety of the drug and begins to evaluate how well the new drug works. Phase 3 studies occur after a drug or a combination of drugs has demonstrated promising results in the first two phases. Phase 3 studies typically have a large number of patients. The purpose of this phase is to determine whether the new treatment is better than or equal to the standard of care. Because doctors do not yet know which treatment is better, patients are often chosen at random, which is called randomization, to get either the standard care or the new treatment. When possible, neither the doctor nor the patient knows which treatment the patient is getting. This is called a double-blinded study. It should be noted that randomized patients, even those who do not receive the study drug, will never receive substandard care. Clinical trials require that a study drug be tested against the currently accepted standard of care treatment. Phase 4 studies take place after a drug has been approved by the FDA, or Food and Drug Administration. Even after testing a new medicine on thousands of people, the full effects of the treatment may not be known, and some questions still need to be answered. Should you consider a clinical trial? Deciding to take part in a clinical trial can be hard if you have cancer. Remember, it is your choice to make. Pharmatech is here to help patients find a clinical trial for which they may qualify. Pharmatech's goal is to improve patient access to clinical trials and help them better understand their treatment options. We offer cutting-edge treatments to patients who may otherwise have limited options. Contrary to popular belief, you will never receive substandard care while you are on a clinical trial. Patients who participate in cancer clinical trials will receive a treatment that is similar to what they would receive if they were not enrolled in a study, with the possibility of the addition of a study drug. Clinical trials are the most important step in finding new drugs to treat disease. Currently, at least half of all clinical trials are conducted at single large research facilities, often located in larger cities such as New York, Boston, LA, or Houston. If a patient identifies a study opportunity, traveling to that one facility may be difficult, expensive, and time-consuming. Because patient involvement in research is so critical, Pharmatech strives to decrease the impact on a patient's daily lives during participation in a clinical trial. We do this by bringing groundbreaking treatments to community-based oncology clinics, which are closer to the patients. Additionally, Pharmatech can often open a clinical trial at your current doctor's office. We believe every patient should have the option to participate in a study that is best suited for their medical needs and should not be limited based on geographic reach. If you or someone you know has cancer or has cancer that has failed to respond to treatment, there are options through clinical trials, and we will help you find those opportunities.